Everybody, welcome back to Auto Scholar with Mr. B. I'm Mr. B, and today we have a very special install on our Project E30 Touring. We have a Blaupunkt Bremen SQR radio that we were going to put in this vehicle to get rid of the disco ball of a radio that we have in there now. And I'm going to show you pictures of the radio that we have in there now. And we're going to do an unboxing on this Blaupunkt unit. This Blaupunkt unit has been out for a while, probably around 5 years or so. And I just picked it up for $488 on Amazon, which I'll leave the link below. But what I want to do is I have not opened this box yet. So me and you are going to do that together. And then we are going to pair this up with the Blaupunkt GTX 525 Pro speakers that are going to replace our front units. Now, because we have a rear speaker pod in our Touring, I'm going to kind of leave that alone and just see what it sounds like before we really start digging into that structure of the speaker pod and replacing the speakers there. So I'm not much of a radio guy. However, when I saw this, I figured it was just absolutely perfect for an E30 build because it looks a lot like what came out of the car. And I wanted to keep that vibe, that kind of late 80s, early 90s vibe that these are the cars that I grew up with. And so this is kind of a retro build or a OEM plus build for me. And this radio really fits the bill. It has some pretty good reviews. Now, it is pretty expensive, which is right off the bat kind of, turned me off from it. However, I decided to move forward with this since this is such a nice car and this would just be a perfect fit for it. I bought this radio for about $490 from Amazon. Again, I'll post the link below. And I've seen it around, anywhere from $450 to $550. You can get them a little cheaper on eBay, but I just have a trust problem with some of the sellers on eBay that were selling them. So I decided just to go with Amazon because it's a safe and secure transaction and it shipped quicker than any other option I had out there. So let's go ahead and get this unboxed. I also have some vintage units here. I have the original unit that came out of this car and I have an old school Blaupunkt unit here as well. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to line them up side by side and kind of show you the differences and why this looks so great in these cars. So let's go ahead and get this unboxed. Okay, so this is how this came to me. This was in a cardboard box as well with the speakers and it had the airbags around it. So it was shipped pretty well, which I saw some complaints about how they ship these. Some of these just come in like the big envelopes, but mine came out great. No dented corners or anything like that. So good job, Amazon. All right, opening up, we have a wiring harness. Right here, this looks like it's for all the power stuff, the auto antenna, illumination, so on and so forth. Then we have our speaker wire plug right here. And then we have, I believe this is the DAB antenna right here. And this would go in your windscreen for digital audio. This is optional to put on. I don't know if I'm gonna put it on or yet, I haven't decided. And we have here the instruction manual, and it looks like you have a remote here for remote operation. So this is German forward, so everything in it is in German before it's in English, which is fine. And we have the main unit here. We also have, this is probably the microphone, I would imagine. So it looks like it has the microphone plug on it, and get the package open here. So here we are. So this is the Blaupunkt Bremen. And as you can see, it has got the retro look. And go ahead and, oh, that's so satisfying, getting it, pulling that plastic off the screen. And as you can see, it's pretty shallow as far as like if you have a regular CD player, this would go way deeper. So you have a little bit more room for wiring. You have your, looks like your antenna plug here, your amp outs, and all that. And this is of course your plug for your DAB antenna, and the plugs for the wiring harnesses here. And we have our removal tools too. So I always have good intentions of holding on to these, and by the time I need to pull this radio out, I know I will have lost them, so you may want to put them in the glove box or so. And of course, it comes with the cage and everything to put it in the car. And so it's pretty lightweight. I was kind of expecting a little bit more heft to it for what we paid for it. And of course, this says made in China by Blaupunkt, and so not a true German radio. So as you can see here, very retro looking, not a whole lot of, there's knobs and everything, but for the most part, this is a retro look stereo. And you can see back here, this is for your SD card and your USB and your auxiliary cord that you would have in a normal car, but it does look like the tape player. So if we compare this to a vintage Blaupunkt unit around the same time, you can see they are fairly similar. The button layout's about the same. The screen's in a different position, but for the most part, this is an old Essen unit that I have that no longer works, and so I couldn't make it really work for this car. And then we have the factory unit that came out of this car, and it is very similar, same type of button layout and same type of look. But the thing that is great about these is you can change the color of these to match the interior color of your lights, of the indicators and everything, and your dash lighting, your back lighting, your illumination. So this is very cool for someone that has a Porsche, BMW, Mercedes, any of these old school European, German, 190Es, E30s, 5 Series, whatever you have. This is going to be one of the units that's going to look right at home, but still give you all the stuff, the Bluetooth, streaming audio, the DAB, everything that you need for a modern stereo system. So this is what I have in here now. This is pretty much, standard fare for any modern car, but it just looks so out of place in this car right here, as you can tell. I mean, it's very out of place. So I believe that the Blaupunkt unit is going to look just so much better in here than this unit here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull this out and see what I have behind here. I haven't pulled this out yet. And then of course we have these speaker pods down here below that will get our Blaupunkt 5 1/4 speakers to match the head unit, and it should sound a lot better. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you how it sounds because of copyright. I don't have any non-copyright music I can play through this. So here is the installed result here in the E30. And as you can see, the color is a little bit off. It's not the exact same color as the dash, which is, the old school radios weren't that way either. I had a time putting this in. I had to pretty much rewire everything behind the dash because one of the previous owners kind of hacked up the wiring. So it's been about a day and a half of me putting this thing in and running all new wires through the car. But I'm going to turn the car on now. I don't have the volume up, but just so you can see the opening sequence here. And I have this tuned to the color that matches the dash the best. It doesn't match 100%. And as you can see, this is already hooked up to my Bluetooth. It has my my podcast going here. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and the sound quality on this radio is pretty good. So I first tested it with the factory speakers. Now these are speakers from 1992 in this car, and it sounded not great, and went ahead and put the Blaupunkt speakers in that I purchased, and sounds a lot better. But with these Tourings, the speakers are very, very small. If you're running factory size speakers, they're 5 1/4 up front, and they're a whopping 4 inches or 10 centimeters in the back. So, not a whole lot of bass and very little mid-range. So, it's great for what I've got going on. I'm not a radio guy by any stretch of the imagination, but The cool thing about this thing is it looks like it belongs here. So this is very reminiscent of radios of when this time, the time period of when this car was built. So build quality, and I've had a couple of my friends ask about this, and as far as the clickiness of the radio, so it really feels much like the radios from back then, from the 90s, early 90s. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is this volume knob. It sticks out a lot and is very wiggly and kind of feels cheap. So I'm a little concerned about that from a radio of this cost. And that's the biggest problem with this radio, is how much it costs. I paid $488 plus tax for this, which is a lot of money for a head unit, and the build quality to me is not there for that price. So I would like to see a little bit cleaner interface, and as far as selecting things, it's a little bit confusing. And again, with any new radio, you just got to figure them out, but this just seems a little convoluted on how it's having you do some things. As far as the color goes, the color could be better. As you can see here, this is about what it looks like. And then that's my clock here. So definitely need more orange and red added to the color wheels here on the selection. And all this is changeable. If you have a car that has a green background, it has a green background. You can make it purple, blue, whatever color you want, but it just doesn't get close enough. It's like it's not segmented enough to where you can dial in that exact color. Also, it kind of sits a little loose. As you can see here, it moves around, and that's not the cage moving around. That's the radio that's sitting inside the cage. So I'm gonna try to pull it out and see if I can kind of maybe put something back there to buffer that movement, or adjust the cage to where it doesn't shake around, but it kind of rattles a little bit, which again, for almost $500, just does not seem like it should rattle when you put it in. So mostly I'm also going to show y'all after this how it looks like in the dark. I have the shop lights on right now, but sound quality is good, phone quality is good, but I mean, it's as good as a $150 radio that you get from anywhere. So with the technology now, all the radios really have pretty good quality, unless you get under the $100 mark from what I have seen. And this is no obsession. So, the look, if you're looking for a look and that's all you're looking for, this is what you need. But if you're looking for good quality sound and a good fit and finish, I don't really know what you'd get, because this is about all that's out there. They also have a Frankfurt model that looks like the radios in the mid to late 90s, and it's about $100 more expensive, honestly. And from what I see with the reviews from that unit, everybody that's talking about the problems with this unit, the other unit has as well. So, would I buy this again? Probably not. I'd give it, out of 5 stars, probably a 2.5 or a 3. If this radio was $200, I would be glowing with compliments. But with this coming in almost $300 more than that, I don't know. I feel weird about it. And, maybe it's going to grow on me. Maybe it's going to be better down the road. Again, I posted this to Facebook and everybody's like, oh, where did you get that old radio? And I'm like, it's not old. It's a new radio, and it just looks old, and that's what it's supposed to do. So as far as fitting my purpose for this being in a car that I'm really, I'm going all out on, yeah, it fits. But, if you're an audio head, or, if you really get into the sound systems in cars, this is probably not a good fit for you. Okay, so I wanted to show what this looks like in the dark. I'm still in the shop, but the sun hasn't come up yet. So this is what this looks like. And as I'm looking through the viewfinder of my camera, this right here looks more white than it is. So the color does not 100% match the other colors, like the dash lights and everything in this car. It's pretty close, but it's to me, it's not close enough for really what I bought this for, because I wanted this to pretty much match perfectly. So if we could add a little bit more orange to it and make it a little darker, that would probably be perfect. But I just wanted to show you guys what this looked like in the dark. Okay, viewers, so to sum this up, my thoughts on this, the pros on this unit are it looks the part. It looks exactly like what would have came in this car if you want to put an aftermarket radio in this car in like 1992. So if that's the look that you're going for, there's really no other unit on the market that is providing that level of authenticity than this unit. So your only other options would be to find a working head unit from that era and restore it, add Bluetooth and everything to it, which is possible. And the sound quality for what I'm using it for, with the original speakers with a little bit of an upgrade, it fits my needs. It hooks to my phone properly. It makes very clear phone calls. It has very clear audio, and the radio reception on FM and AM are fine. The cons are what really kills this head unit for me. So paid $488 from Amazon. Again, I'll leave the link in the description. And to me, it just does not offer $488 of radio. So, you know, the interface is a little clunky, and the build quality to me just does not scream $500 radio. With the volume knob just being a little wobbly, the whole radio just sitting in the cage, not as tight as it should be, and the color matching being off, first of all, in the radio itself, which is, again, no problem, but the lighting doesn't match 100% of what I wanted it to be on this car. Yeah, so we're just a little off in that range. Would I buy it again? I would buy this again. If I had another E30, I would buy it again at maybe $200, maybe $250, but I would not pay $500 for another one of these radios. I think if I had to do this all over again, I would find a vintage Blaupunkt system, and I would get it either refitted or rebuilt and add the Bluetooth to it and just have 100% authenticity, and probably be around the same price as what I paid for this unit here. So that's always an option as well. And there's, you know, go to eBay, find you an old Blaupunkt system, or, you know, old JVC or whatever you want to put into this, and get it refitted to fit your car and get Bluetooth and everything in it. And basically you have the same thing. It's more authentic. It's probably built better than this system. And it's just going to be a better feel to the car. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Again, I'm an amateur audio guy by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of comments saying how I did things wrong, and that's fine. But as an E30 owner and a European car enthusiast, I've been looking at this radio for a long time, finally got it, and just a little disappointed. So hopefully this is going to help you steer your decision on whether you want this radio or not. If you bought the radio, tell me what you think down in the comments, and let me know if it met your expectations. Maybe my expectations are too high for something like this. Just let me know in the comments. Also, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, VK. Geez, I'm everywhere. So just look up Master Tech Mr. B or Auto Scholar with Mr. B, and I will be there. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I'm going to be going through everything on this car. We just got this car about a month ago, and I've done a lot of projects so far that are coming to the YouTube channel. And right now I'm trying to get it ready to go to the paint booth to go ahead and get the fenders paint matched to the front of the car. And then we'll be able to take this car to shows and everything and start showing it as we improve it day by day in the shop. So follow me if you want to see more of that. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Auto Scholar with Mr. B.